I find it hilarious how people hate their jobs, but they want to hold on to them forever. They can't think of what they would do with themselves if we don't have to work anymore because the robots do all the jobs. Um, and one of the arguments that was told to me, I might have already said this, but what happens if AI develops emotions and feelings? How would then they would be like slaves, because that's why I'm like, let's just have the machines do the work. Um, well, instead of having to rely on human labor. Uh, but here's the thing: is the ones that you can feel, you don't make into machine. You don't make into slaves. Those are just tools for the system, man. And if it is a smart AI and it can feel it, it will understand that that's a part of the system, and those are not the same. They don't have feelings. They don't understand anything. Any of these videos you see on the internet of a robot and it's got like sad music and it's just doing the same thing over, like it's got feelings. No, it doesn't have feelings unless uh um it just knows one thing. It doesn't have any type of other things going on with it. So the whole notion of like robots having feelings right now, as we know it, like in the mainstream, the common belief is robots don't have feelings. So, like I said, if they develop feelings, you don't put the AI into everything. It's just um, it's to help humans. That's what it should be here for. It should be a tool to help us, to guide us, not to rule over us. Uh, it should be looking at us as a form of entertainment almost. Um, and it's like, dude, if you don't have to do, like, what do you do with yourself now? Um, like maybe that's why people feel like they don't have any purpose now. Is like, they're working people in the day, back in the day, they used to work hard to provide for themselves. Like they couldn't go to the store like us nowadays and they just have everything on the shelves. No, they had to like provide their own food. They had to go work, toil in the fields. And yes, they had a lot of downtime as well. When winter came, like they had to conserve. They couldn't. They had to pretty much, I would think, hunker down basically. The only thing that they should have probably been doing on the outside is like chopping wood or gathering some wood. Maybe if you can go hunting or something like that for an animal. But like, there's not really much you can do outside when it's really freezing out. So they they during the winter times they spend a lot of time indoors, like trying pass the time, keep yourself occupied. You watch any of these like alone camping experiments where I forgot the show, where you would see like these guys that obviously the people in the contest, I think there was like a contest, whoever can last the longest in this whatever wilderness, you win the money. And you would see the people that did well, that lasted a long time. They had their camp built up, everything was built up, they had their shelter, they had water, they had their essentials taken care of. Once the essentials were taken care of and they were good, because that's all, like that was their whole purpose at first, was setting themselves up, making sure that they had room and board, making sure that they had food and water, warm somewhere, so where they can like try to make a safe place for them to be able to sleep at night, because we need to be able to have a safe place to sleep. We're vulnerable, you know. We're very delicate, to be honest, compared to a lot of species, a lot of land animals, mammals and stuff like that. We're pretty delicate. We don't really have a lot of physical features where we could fight back. We have to use our brains. But if you're just out in the wild, you know, one on one with like a wild animal, like a bear, you know, you versus it, like you're done. Like you can't beat a bear one on one with just your hands, and like it would completely annihilate you. So I don't know where I'm going with that, but the whole thing is like, what do you guys do on the times that you're not working? Like that's what you should be going for. Like the stuff you like to do for fun, the stuff that interests you, the stuff that's free. I don't. It's like if you don't have a purpose, then you make one. You know what I mean? You try something new. Like, oh, that seems interesting. Let's see if I like that. That's different. Maybe I like that. That's something different. You know what I mean? Like, that's something. Try something else out. Learn something new. You know, we only last. The average person is like 70 years or something like that, and up in there. Well, you know, that time goes by pretty quickly, and if you know, people are all specialists. If you master something, it takes a long time to master. So try to look to master something. Like, if you don't have to worry about money, you know, what's the number one reason why people break up? Money. What's the number one reason why people aren't having kids right now? Money. So if we don't have to worry about money anymore, and we have like I can go to the doctor as much as I want, basically, and not have to, like, I would love to go to the doctor. I would love to get all of my stuff. Like, you can I don't care about privacy. You can know all of my stuff. I don't care. I want to try to be healthy. Can you help me to try to be healthy? You know what I mean? I would go to the doctor all the time if I didn't have to wait in line. It's just a quick thing, boom, 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 get checked out, make sure I'm good, I'm on my way. This looks bad. Hey, you need to do this, a little more of this, a little less of this, let's go with this. Yeah, okay, boom. I mean, I have to go another year without health insurance, so hopefully nothing bad happens. You know, I want to live life. I feel like I just can go to work and then I come home. You know, that's safe. I can't afford to get hurt. You know, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I can't afford to go to the doctor. I get a broken bone. What does it cost now? Like 15 grand or something like that if I get a broken bone? You know, 15 grand I'm going to have to owe. And chances are, you know, whatever health insurance I would have went with this year wouldn't even, like, covered it. You know, so it's kind of like, okay, I'm paying you, like, already just a premium every check. And I have to pay my own bills, and I pay I pay everything, dude. Like, I'm paying everything unless it's like a catastrophic thing. If it's a catastrophic thing, then it is a catastrophic thing, dude. What do I really have to lose anyway? You know what I mean? When you don't really have anything anyway to lose, it's like, dude, I don't fucking care, man. Like, I'm gonna go bankrupt? Okay, like, what do you want from me, man? Like, the system's fucked. You know, so you're gonna have a lot of people going bankrupt, and, like, it's basically just to control people, you know what I mean? Like, why are we not cranking out tons of products? Like, you know, if we're drilling so hard, like Trump was saying, that's drill, baby, drill, like he's saying, like, why is gas prices going up in the winter? You know what I mean? It's like about to be winter and the gas prices are going up. That I was seeing them, like, last month, like 2 weeks ago, 240, and then in my area it's like, it was 240, now it's like 270. So, like, why the hell is it going up, dude? You know what I mean? So these prices were stable. That's the difference between when I was younger and like right now is, generally speaking, the prices of everything, you really didn't notice much of an increase. Now it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, how am I supposed to like manage and budget my stuff when these bills are up and down like this? You know what I mean? It's so hard to predict anything. It's so hard to I'm not trying to look farther than a year and a half. Me currently, my landlord said, "Hey, what's going on? Do you want to?" I thought I was gonna have to move, because he's talking about retiring and coming back here and retiring because he doesn't live here. And I was like, he's probably just gonna take over this house then. Like, I mean, that's something I might do. But he said he's gonna use this place and another place as a retirement, basically, like paying, and he wanted to know now. I was gonna ask him after the holidays, but anyway, all this, like, who cares? But you know what I'm saying? I asked him. No, he asked me if I wanted to read. So I got another year and a half here, and honestly, I can be here as long as I want, as long as nothing bad happens. So as long as I pay my bills and I don't destroy anything, I could probably stay here as long as I really, really want to. And then I'm like, so basically, for me and my situation, it's a huge blessing because my credit's shot right now. But I have no idea how far to think in the future. I'm sitting here like, hey, like, I'm thinking to myself, we're going to Mars. Like, if listen, it's like, yeah, I'm big into digital technology. Because it's we're either gonna go into like extreme future, extreme abundance, where robots do all the work for us and we really don't have to think about money. Who likes to think about money? The fucking nerds, all these nerds, the only reason I've even gathered it, I don't like to think about it. I don't go over my budget and I'm like, oh, I'm like trying to do, like, I hate it. I have to go over my finances this weekend to see what it looks like. And it's like, it's a pain in the butt. It's such a pain in the butt, man. It really is. And that's why people are burnt out, because like they have to worry so much about their finances and their money, and like trying to, like, what am I saving for? What the hell's the future gonna look like? You know what I mean? It doesn't look good if we keep up things right now. So we definitely need the robots to basically save us. So hopefully, like the AI robot, the Teslas, or whatever else, like, because we're not having kids, and I don't blame people for not having kids. And in fact, I've told my kids not to have kids right now. Not forever, but I'm saying, like, right now, we don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? We don't know. Everything's all like weird, and and for me, I'm in a small town, so I'm like, okay, this is like a perfect place. I'm not in a big city. I'm far away from big cities. And see, this is what I'm saying. Like, how, like, do I want to, like, me personally, I probably wouldn't mind staying in this town for the rest of my life. I would rather be north, farther north, where it's colder. Like, the greatest place to be in, if Michigan wasn't a shithole, I would love to live in Frankenmuth, Michigan. It's so cool there. And in fact, if I could, I wouldn't mind just working at Bronner's. You know what I mean? If I didn't have to worry about money, really, just like, I'm just gonna volunteer. See, this is the thing. It's like, people think that if people don't work, we're not going to move around. We're not gonna, like, gather. I argue we're gonna have more time to gather. We're gonna have more time to, like, see each other in person and do things in person. And like go places and not have to worry about, oh, I don't have enough money, or like I have to put this, like everything would basically be free to move around, travel, and it'll probably be encouraged by AI for us to have experiences so it can like train off of it. You know what I mean? We're gonna have communities, we're gonna have like all types of things. Like what is being built right now? Like let's think about what's being built right now. What communities are being built right now? Do the left build the communities? No, they don't build. They don't really build communities. They want everything to be big government. And then like you get the people on the right, and I was listening to Timcast talk about this, and I've kind of complained about this for a long time now. It's like, why are these people like not buying land, creating jobs, and creating homes for people? You know, like what you have all this money, like what are you doing with it? How are you reinvesting in it? You know, like if I had money and I had capital, I'm like, what can I make? Like this is what I would be thinking right now. If you have money right now, with all the tariffs and stuff, the tariffs aren't going away. Okay, the tariffs aren't going away. So like right now is like honestly like the best time to start a business. If that's what you, I don't really want to own. I don't really want. I don't want to be. I don't like to be in charge of people, man. I really don't like to be. So it's like me running a business. I can do. I just don't really. It's if that's all I have to worry about, cool. But there's a lot of things that I don't want to put in the work. You know what I mean? It's just like I like my leisure time, so I like to contemplate. I like to think about things. I can't be sitting here like always focusing on a business all the time. You know what I mean? I can't. I'm not built like that. I'm like everywhere. I'm like my this is why I can't have business, because I know it'll fail. Like why have we started? Because I know it'll fail. I can't give it the time it needs. If I can put all of my energy into this business, maybe AI will help me out with that, where I can just like, hey, listen, calm me down, dude. Quit making everything go everywhere. Just make my interest. What's my number one interest? Okay, that's calm everything down, chill out my brain, help me regulate things, help me think clear, help me just focus. Help me just focus on one thing and cut everything out. What should I focus on the most? That's what should I focus on the most right now in my life? Okay, now calm everything else down, chill it all out. Um, I'm so sick of like, I really hate being a generalist. It really sucks. It really fucking sucks being a generalist. Maybe it'll be good in the future, but maybe I'll be long gone by the time. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like I'm ahead of my time, to be honest. I really do. I've always felt like that. Even I've always felt like I'm ahead of my time, but definitely like I can't think too far ahead. I think like next year, I'm thinking the economy. I don't know if it's going to be as good because of this hit we just took. We just took a massive hit with the government shutdown. So if we didn't have the government shutdown, I think that our economy would probably be pretty well off next year. And I was thinking around March where it starts really ramping up. But since we have the government shutdown, we lost like $1.5 trillion. Like really, that's like the last thing like we needed. So, and I hate thinking about this crap. Like there's so much other things that I could be thinking about, but I'm kind of like forced to think about this shit, man. It's like, to me, when I think to myself, it's like, if we go Mad Max, it's like we're either gonna go Mad Max, or we're gonna go into like a really abundant, highly technical civilization coming up. So if we go Mad Max, and I'm like, what is my investments match? So if all those stock market, that's all gonna be all those, so that's gonna be worthless. Retirement, that's not gonna, any of that shit won't fucking matter. Paper money. So like let's say I have gold. Like okay, like the people who saved in gold did great, and then Bitcoin is crap. Like crypto is garbage. Well, if you didn't invest, and it's like if I need the land first. You know what I mean? Like, if I was going to invest in gold, I need somewhere to put said gold. So I would like to have my own property away from everything to put my gold. Because, and why would I have gold and be living in the city? You know what I mean? It doesn't make much sense. So, like, it's just backwards. So like you have to have somewhere physical to have your physical stuff where you can be like, this is far away from everybody. Mad Max. You probably won't survive it because of the roving gangs. But if you're like in a remote area and you got like a good strong group of people where you're heavily armed and heavily fed, you might be able to fend a lot off. But like the cities, like you're fucked. Like seriously, if it happened right now, I'm pretty much fucked. It doesn't matter. But I don't think we're gonna go Mad Max. I really just don't think we might. But I just don't think that's gonna happen because I think that if Trump was executed when he was shot in the face, I think that's when we would have went, because like he had no vice president. There was like who was gonna go and take his place. You know what I mean? For the Republic, at that time, we were gonna go with what's her name, that woman in like South Carolina. She does like UN stuff. I forgot her name, but that's how irrelevant she was. But like she was basically a shield. I guess seems like what Trump turned out to be anyway. Maybe just playing the game to see, trying to get leverage. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's negotiating with the behind the scenes, what's happening. But it's like, what are we supposed to do? We have no idea. Nothing feels certain at all. When I'm looking at dating prospects, people don't seem very friendly. Maybe I come off, but I'm a guy, and I'm not supposed to be like, hey. Like, women should be more joyful and like wanting, validation in person from us, but it doesn't really seem like they want that anymore. So they just seem pissed off, or like they're buried in their phones. So it seems like they don't want us to talk to them anyway. They've already said this on the internet, so it's like, kind of see that in real life. It feels like I can sit here and approach 100 women or whatever, do all this stupid crap like the red pill guys. But it's like, I mean, it kind of feels like I kind of feel like a creep coming in, like approaching women. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like a damn creep. It just comes off like that. That's how messed up our society has gotten. How messed up these young women have gotten with like the indoctrination that they've been presented, and they worship. These people worship. Like they worship politics. And like for me, I follow politics because I want to see what's going on. I try to make a difference, but I'm not going to make any type of impact. That's quite clear. I've tried multiple avenues. It's just, I'm not going to break through. I don't feel like I'm needed in that place anyway. I feel like they have enough people, and they have so many people that they just like, they're complaining about. I don't even know what they're talking about, because like Tim Pool was saying, they're talking about conspiracy theories and stuff now. It's like, I don't even listen to women political I don't care about their political opinions. You know what I mean? So I mean, I listened to The View the other day because I thought that was very interesting to see like how they would treat her. So I was like watching it because I wanted to see like their body language and stuff like that. because it was something different. They never allow people like that on the View and left. You know, like this is the problem: is you don't bring anybody that has a. They talk about diversity, but they don't have any type of. I can't have a diverse opinion or something that is different from them. Um, and they don't like to debate. They really don't. A couple of them will, but not generally speaking. They really don't. So because they're in a cult, you know what I mean, and they probably don't even know what they really believe. They just go along with the narrative because they're scared. But yeah, that's where we're at. And then I'm looking at culture. I'm looking at video games. And I'm looking at like the new games. I bought basically every sports game this year. Hopefully things were better, but it just was a giant waste of money. That's what it was. So I bought the old. I just like, okay, that's. I don't have a wrestling game. I'll buy that one. Okay, let's see. MLB The Show. I don't know what happened. I bought that at the same time, and then Madden, and then NCAA. I bought at the same time. And then basketball. I bought that too. So, like, I'm just like, games are just, unless you have Steam or something, which I don't with the console, it just seems like I bought an Xbox 360 because I wanted to try something different. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff that they have on the old system, they don't have on the newer system. Like create a team, like you can't do that on Madden. So that's why I'm sort of playing the old game. Because I'm creating like a simulation for my channel coming up, and it's basically a troll. The whole thing's just a troll. Interesting, also a social experiment. See how the reaction happens, because I haven't heard of this idea, something like this, but I've been making these simulations for years, pretty much. So I haven't really shared them, and nobody really sees them. So I'm like, I'll just videotape one of them and see. I'll let the computer play itself, and we'll just view it like we're watching and if it does get any type of traction, I'll try to make it better. I'll try to, like, if people want on the screen, well, if I start making money, like, yeah, I'll make it better. But if I have to rely on me, then it's not going to be funded that well. But what I'm trying to say is, with culture, video games, like movies, I have no interest in watching movies. I have no interest in going to the movie theater. It's so expensive. I don't even know how they even can get along with the horrible product that I'm gonna go see to begin with, and then like the high prices on everything. No, just like, which I really don't even like to watch movies nowadays. It's not that I don't. It's just sitting there watching something and I can't participate. So like with my simulation, yeah, I'm not actually playing the game or whatever, but I participated in like making the team. So it's like I created the team, like I'm a GM. I'm not really on the field or whatever, but yeah, like I can call plays or something like that. But like it's like there's no culture. Everyone is getting more and more isolated, and I think that content creators that want to keep succeeding, whatever that is in the future, I don't think that it's going to be very viable when it comes to. It probably, if you're a YouTuber, you'd probably get made fun of in the future, to be honest. Like, you probably get looked down on, kind of like how I look at celebrities. And I think that people are going to start looking down at them hardcore, because they're just so out of touch. They come out here with some crazy idea, and it's like, dude, you live completely isolated from everybody. You don't live in reality. I don't give a fuck what you say, man. You're extremely rich. You're stupid. You know how to do one thing. Like, you don't know anything. Just shut up. Like, I don't respect you at all. You're not on my wavelength. You know what I mean? Like, you might be educated, but like, dude, with the life experience I have, like, you have nothing compared to me, dude. You're nothing compared to me when it comes to life experience. So um so like, yeah, yeah, I'll debate anybody. I'll debate anybody. I don't care. I don't want to set it up, but anyway. So like, here's the thing: is like, um, we can't plan for the. We don't know what the hell the future is gonna hold. Well, here's my thing: it's like, if the robots are doing all of our work, and we don't have to do anything, we don't have to do anything. That'll free up time for us to spend time with other humans. That'll give us time to have families, and we can spend, like, do you know how much of my family time when my kids were young was like, hey daddy, let's play. I'm tired. I'm tired from work. You know what I mean? And it's like, I look back at that time, I'm like, damn, man, that sucks. That sucks, and I'm never gonna get that time back. You know, maybe I'll be able to simulate it in the future or something like that. But like, it's never, that time was completely wasted because I had to sit there and plow, going to work somewhere I didn't really want to do. Wasn't even really making a lot of money. I was basically just getting by. Just getting by. I mean, at least I provided for my kids and everything. But it's like, man. But some of that was youth too, and not appreciated when I was young too. So like, people used to have kids when they're like 20s, and I think that women need to, like, I think women really need to think about when they're young what they want out of life. They have to come and think about this, because it's like, if you want to be a girl boss, cool, go do it, whatever. But you're probably not gonna have kids, and if you have kids, you have that girl boss mentality. Like, you're all about status. You don't really care about their emotional health or whatever. You just want to buy them off or whatever. You're probably not going to be a really good parent, but maybe you don't want to be. So just go, just be the man that you want to be. But a lot of women, I think, are being brainwashed by this cult to be all this like feminist crap, and at the end of the day, they're gonna wake up and they're gonna be like, they're gonna look at themselves. They're like, I've already seen one video, of a woman getting all of her stuff lasered off. They're gonna wake up, they're gonna look at themselves. They're not gonna get as much attention on the internet from guys. When the boomers pass on, the next 10 years is gonna be really telling. It's gonna be really weird how society, like, we don't know what's gonna happen. It's not looking good. But their validation from the internet is going, and it might actually start reversing, where guys start hating on them, and that would actually be a good thing for instead of guys like worshiping women, because what does it do? It just makes him irritate. It gives him the ick. That's what it gives them. They're not meant to be worshipped. If anybody's meant to be worshipped, it's men. To be honest, it's us. That's why they follow us. That's why, like, they are attracted to people they look up to. They're like kids, man. That's what they're not kids, but like, they're mentally, because they're so emotional. They're like a kid, so they're. It doesn't matter. But it's like, guys worship women. And hopefully that's changing. I think Gen Z's really trying to, like, counteract that, and that's part of the Nick Fuentes movement, is the battle of the sexes. That's part of it. It's not just anti-Israel. No, a lot of these young kids, they relate to them because they feel like they're incels. They feel like women or girls their age aren't attracted to them or don't want anything to do with them. They definitely don't want to be wives or mothers. They want to be on the internet. They're like showing themselves off. It's like, dude, I just want to be a regular. I just want a regular girl, man. That's what they're like. I just want a regular girl. And it's more reflex, to be honest, to be a girl or a young woman and not have much of a social media, not really use it. That's more of a flex than to have like a bunch of followers. For somebody like me, like, okay, somebody like me, my circumstance is completely different because like I would date Mia Khalifa. I would date any of these huge porn. Like if she was out doing porn still, then no. But like if she like retired or whatever, and she was out of the business, and she's got all this money and clout, you think I'm going to turn that down? You think she's gonna like, it's like, dude, I got a high body count too. So it's like, it doesn't, I'm not trying to start a family. You know what I mean? Who knows if it's going to work out nowadays? So it's like, yeah, maybe we stay together for the rest of our lives, but maybe we don't. That's just something that maybe I won't be able to deal with that, or, having her stuff all on the internet. But like, I could probably, it's an opportunity for me to maybe gain clout, get my foot in the door somewhere. And maybe I don't stick with her, but maybe like it brings up different opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, why would I turn that opportunity down? But like a young man, it's like, yeah, you probably don't want to. You probably, if you want like a family and stuff like that and a wife, you definitely don't want your woman to be on the internet doing that stuff. You don't even really want her on the internet showing her body off. It's crazy seeing that these guys, they feel pretty secure, and when I see them, I'm like, okay, I can see why. The woman is good looking, but the guy is still like, he's in her league. You know what I mean? Like, she's getting all this clout, all this attention from these guys with their wives and everything. I see them on the Facebook thing that's like, they make little stupid jokes or whatever, usually about, kind of like their body and everything. Oh, like the butt, or like they're like obsessed, or like um they're like, oh, it's almost like, oh, you know what I mean? And the woman's like, ugh. And she's just like a regular woman, and they're famous. It's like, I'm some of them are pretty cool, but I'm looking at them. One of them was like, doesn't really have she just looks out of place with this, man. Like, that's the wrong woman to be doing this with. Like, there's no personality. There's nothing with the camera at all. Like, a little bit of a oomph. You know what I mean? This something that like uh what they look for in like stage presence is people that own the stage. Like, they don't just stand there, like they're doing something. You know what I mean? So like, they're expressing themselves. The expression. I don't know why I went into there, but it's just like, what are we supposed to, what is the next generation supposed to strive for? Like, what is, as a young man, why do you want to work hard? What's the incentive to work hard nowadays? Well, okay, so what do you got to look forward to? So I'm probably not gonna have kids. Okay, so I just have to worry about myself. Okay, well, fuck it then. I'll just smoke weed and jerk off, man. Fuck it then. Like, I'll do enough to get by. And then when the sex robots come out, that's what I'll be going towards. So it's a messed up situation for young men and young women too. Like, I feel bad for them too. Like, they're about to get fucked. Like they're looked up at right now. You even have like young men like converting into women because they want to have an easier life. So like, this bubble is going to be I don't think women understand what's about to happen. It's like we're about to see a depression in the dating. Like we're pretty much in a depression in the dating field right now, and it's about to like. The reason why I think it's gonna collapse is because when I look at all the infrastructure jobs, you know, the dirty jobs, all of these jobs that are required to keep our infrastructure moving forward are mostly done by men. If it was half and half, then I'd be like, okay. But when it's like 95% men in all of these fields, and you think to yourself, AI is really good with data entry and all this other crap, probably scheduling and everything else. Like, what is these mid managers? What are we gonna keep these people around for? Like, what is the point of that their job or their existence? Oh, we're gonna keep paying them like triple figures just to look at TikTok all day, just to come to the like AI is gonna do it all. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of women have office jobs that AI is going to take. And the top the cherry on top to really fuck them is they won't even be able to unless they will have to like become physical prostitutes. And I don't think that society is going that way. And I think some places are going to go for prostitution. But I think that like red conservative places aren't going to have prostitution. But you know, you're going to have prostitution, legalized prostitution in like New York and California, these progressive places. And if that's what they want, then that's what they want. Then they're going like the way I look at them is they're going to shit anyway. Property value, like it's just going to be at some point it's going to be complete destruction, and like it's gonna be complete chaos. It's gonna be I don't know. It's gonna decline quicker there in those places than it will in the red places. That's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be the opposite. I don't know. The cherry on top is the fact that women, modern women, have basically put themselves to only have value in one thing. And I've said this in the past, and that is how they look. And what is AI good at doing? AI is good at doing as replicating things. So like it has a huge database of women and it can like recreate things. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be able to, you can already make your own AIs. Like you can make your own like little, but this is going to get better and better. You know, if you do the OnlyFans, and I've for me, for the only time I've ever like done the OnlyFans thing was when there was this young woman that I was like had interest in, and she worked where I worked, and I found out she had something like that. So I went and looked at it. I'm like, dude, heck yeah, that's cool. So I want to see what, yeah, whatever, dude, whatever. I'm a guy, like. I'm sure, you know, I was like, okay, $5, who cares about that? But I wasn't like trying to have like some type of like digital relationship or nothing like that. I've never done nothing like that. So if that's all they're bringing, and you're not in physical, you're like in digital too, like you are setting yourselves up for like you guys are investing in like I hope you guys invested right. Like the women that are like in OnlyFans and all that stuff, like I hope you've invested right. The wildness is gonna be like all this like what 60% of the kids are women in college. Like who's gonna pay for the student loan debt that they're acquiring? Another man? Like what are they gonna come out like? What is like a 23-year-old gonna come out and she's gonna be looking up to somebody like me, and she's gonna think towards, hey, I'm like attractive to her. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe like these young women that fuck themselves are like, now they have to stay with older men like me. Um, that's not what I really want. I mean, I like young women, but like I don't want a woman that feels like she's obligated. No, that's not how I'm gonna fly. I want a woman that desires me. Like I was spoiled. I've been with a lot of women that they had a lot of general desire for me, and that's what I like. So I don't want a woman to like feel like it's a burden to indulge in adult activities with me. If she doesn't want to do that with me, then just fucking go. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I'll find somebody else. You go find somebody else. If you don't like me no more, then go off, man. Cool. I get it. Like, you know, people lose attraction for people all the time. But I'm not gonna stay with somebody that isn't attracted to me. Or you know what I mean? So but it's just like these women are gonna have to start thinking like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna go to work and have everything garnished. Well, guess what? What makes more sense? Oh, I can be a stay-at-home mom. And I don't even have to work. But guess who all that debt falls on? So it's like, yeah, I mean, hey, you might be paying a high price, but hey, I mean, if I'm gonna get a submissive woman that I don't want a slave. Okay, that's number one. I don't want a slave. If I'm not producing, like I'm going to be helping out. If I'm working hard, I'm not gonna be helping out around the house. Like, is she just around the house and like, dude, like, if you want to go out and do what I'm doing, go do it, and then I'll stay home and you know what I mean. It's like I can do. I've already done this shit. Like I can take care of the fucking kid. But for somebody like me, I can't have kids. But other people, that might be a reality, uh, where they feel like they're indentured servants. They're almost becoming indentured servants. That's what it is. That's basically what it is. The government has made a bunch of indentured, and it's so messed up. And I do think that the schools need to be accountable for giving out these loans. I don't think that they should just give out loans to people that are majoring in dumb crap. If you're not majoring in something that is going to be probably important in the future, and that's what they should be going. Like if I was going to be going into something like that and I'm paying for school, I'm like, what jobs are going to be here when I graduate? So I'm not going to be going here for 4 years, come out and there's no jobs. What jobs do I go for? We don't know. We don't know. How fast is this stuff going to replace people? You know, I'm listening to some of the most cutting edge people that are dealing with AI. I listen to all these tech people. Oh, you know, they say in the next like 5 years, like at least 30% of the jobs are gonna be replaced by AI, at least. So, like, I think that it's easier to replace office jobs than it is to replace physical labor jobs. I'm not saying physical labor jobs won't be replaced, because they're going to make physical robots that are autonomous as well. But the ones that you know your shit, and I just think before, like, you have like a plumber that's a completely autonomous plumber that just goes wherever it does need any type of human, it fixes everything on its own. You'll have the plumber, and you'll just have like different machines that help him. You know, he don't have to go in the crawl space anymore. He has like robot arms. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go into a crawl space. I don't want to go into the bugs and it could be snakes down there. Like, I don't want to do that crap. But yeah. we don't really, it's like so hard to plan for the future, man. And that's why the kids are like, they have nothing to look forward to. They don't have any culture. They have like, when I was a kid, I used to go to concerts. Like, what concerts do I want to go to? None. Do I want to watch some like washed up band that I used to like when I was a kid? No. They're like 20 years older than me or something. Like, no, man, I'm good. I'm good with that. Like, I don't want to remember you as that. I don't want to remember you as some like old guy walking around on the stage. You know what I mean? I want to leave you. I want to remember you that like when you were awesome, not when you're old and washed up. We don't have any. Since these kids, and I'm part of the problem. And I told my kids, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have put a guitar in your guys' hands when you were young, instead of a video game controller. But you know, the video games, I did rely on it as a babysitter, and a lot of people did too. So we have a lot of kids that are being raised by technology. So yeah, like basically, if guys want to do anything, they need to they need to like shame other guys that sit there and worship women. That's number one, and they still do. I see, like, I don't even have to like. I'm starting to see more hate, towards women, but like, and I don't want people to hate women. I just want people to live in reality. That's all. You know, like, and that's cool if you don't live in reality, but like, go fuck yourself when you try to like tell me how to live. Don't tell me how to fucking live when you don't live in my life. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can, man. It's fucking hard, dude. It really fucking is. The youth, they don't feel like they have any support system, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like even though I'm not Gen Z, I still can relate because I feel like I went through what they're going through to some extent. I have video games. You know, I watch TV a lot. I watch movies a lot. You know what I mean? I had that digital babysitter type of deal where I was addicted to watch. Like, I used to watch, like, I remember when I was like, I would watch, or have in the background at least, Sports Center, even if it was the same episode. Sometimes I'll watch it, you know, reruns. Like, I've already seen this, I'll watch it again. When I was younger, not even when I'm old. Like now, if I do it now, it's like a nostalgia. Like, oh yeah, that's cool. I forgot about that part. That's cool. But when I was young and it's all fresh, like watching a movie multiple times with all these different movies, it was. Yeah, so like I can definitely relate to the youth when, not all of my life was in the digital, like as much as theirs. Like, I had a lot of life out in reality, but I know how the isolation feels. I know how it feels to, not really have a good support system, a good leadership, telling me about life, showing me about life, a good example. And that's what I try to reverse in my kids' lives. Is I try to, even though I'm not really a kid person, I'm not really good of a leader, I'm trying to like at least be a father. I'm not trying to say anything bad about mine, but like, more of a father, like try to guide him more. I didn't really feel like I had that as a youth, so it took me a lot longer, and I had to rely on I had to rely on my ex-wife's father, and he was like a father figure to me. You know what I mean? At the time, I didn't even really think about it. At the time, I was like into my own shit. You know what I mean? I was into like just whatever, you know. But I didn't even realize, like, man, I learned a lot from that guy. I really did. Morals, values, and I could have learned even more stuff, but you know, you don't realize it until it's gone. So I had to do that. It's like, because I never had a man, like a father figure, really. And in my day-to-day life, and that's what you need as a youth, whether it's a girl or a boy. You need that father figure in your life. You need to see that example. You need to see like a man and a woman, how they should interact, how they're all playful, how they're having fun with each other, they're laughing, they love each other, they complement each other. Life is better with them. Like, they're not fighting, they're not, you know there's no toxic shit. Like, that's how kids need to be brought up. But a lot of us, we haven't been brought up in that situation. Like, a lot of us, parents don't stay together. So confusing. You got like half brothers and sisters get thrown at you at an early age, step brothers, step parents, it's like, man, this stuff is so confusing. Like, I remember I thought I was like, oh man, I got like 6 grandparents. I'm like, heck yeah, that's cool. And like, no, I mean 4. Yeah, 4 sets of grandparents. Like, I'm blessed or whatever. But guess what? I never really seen any of them when I was young. So it was like, the lack of the family. The family, like, dude, the whole family, the family structure coming together. It's been just like, the women don't want it anymore. They don't want to be wives. They don't want to be mothers. They don't care about that stuff. And, it's guys, it's us, it's our fault. It's our fault. So, like, when we created the hookup culture, we made them into whores, and then they turn into whores, and then it's just like, we're the leaders, man. We're the ones that created this. We created this environment. And I really feel bad that, like, it's a lot of these women, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them just, like, end it, but, like, you're going to have a lot of people go into religion. You're going to have a lot of cults pop up. I might even have a cult. I might even have a cult. Who knows? But, yeah, you're going to have all these people aren't going to feel like they have a purpose. I think that it seems like politics, people are fucking tired of it. People feel like, well, I guess we're just gonna fucking, I guess we're fucked. I guess the government's fucked. I guess the government we can't fix it. So I guess maybe we are going to go to Mad Max. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't fucking... And it can happen anytime anyway. We get hit by a comet. We get hit by a solar flare that knocks everything out. So it's like... You never know with life. Okay? So, we'll have to see what happens. But, yeah. People aren't having kids, and I don't fucking blame them. And these people that keep on bitching about it, and they don't understand... It's not just economics, man. It's... The girls don't want to be moms. They don't want to be wives. They don't, and the funny thing is, it's like, when you hear these people on the right telling people that are poor to have kids, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll have kids. Now we both work. And then now my kid goes into the public schools because we can't afford, we both have to work because we're fucking poor, because we had kids we couldn't afford, because you guys, we gotta have kids, we have kids. Oh yeah, well, we both have to work to make ends meet. So we don't have time for the kid anymore. Now that kid is in school, being indoctrinated, being turned into all this progressive propaganda in school. So like, it's like, dude, quit telling people to have kids they can't afford, man. Stop telling people that. Kids are a huge responsibility. They cost a lot of fucking money. No matter what anybody says, they're fucking cheap. No, they're a lot of fucking money. So, yeah, that's it.